Okay, some good news on the inflation front for January. The inflation rate slowed to 2.9% due to prices in gas falling. Economists were expecting the rate to come in around 3.3%. I think when you actually when they factored out the price of gas, it actually came in at around 3.2%, but it fell 4% year over year for January, which drove down the overall inflation rate. So this is a consistent statement we're hearing over the last year. Still the highest driver for inflation has been the mortgage interest costs, right? At a year-over-year rate of 27.4%, and rent increasing as well at 7.9%. This is that conundrum we're in because the Bank of Canada has to raise rates to fight inflation, but by increasing rates, you're making housing affordability that much higher, which is also contributing to inflation, which again puts us in the situation that we're in right now. An interesting statement from Bank of Canada Governor Tiff Macklem last month, where he talks about housing affordability being a significant problem in Canada, but one that cannot be addressed through the increasing or decreasing of interest rates, which to me says that we have a bigger problem, which is a supply problem, as well as a demand problem, because we have so many new Canadians coming to the country. That coupled with a supply problem, a shortage in supply, is creating this unaffordable housing market that we're seeing here. And further to that, another economist from RSM Canada stated here that it seems like no matter what the Bank of Canada does, housing prices will continue to increase, because if they keep rates where they are or raise rates, then again interest costs become high, which then just makes housing affordability high. If they drop rates, you're going to have a lot of buyers coming off the sidelines, increasing the demand, and then increasing the price of housing as a product of that. So it doesn't seem like no matter what it seems like no matter what the Bank of Canada does, it's not really addressing housing affordability. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think we are in the clear when it comes to inflation, or do you think this is just a little blip? I personally don't see the costs of the goods that I consume really dropping in price. Restaurants are still very expensive. Food's still expensive. Gas is still expensive, even though it may have dropped a bit. It's still expensive relative to what it was. Vacations are super expensive still. So I don't see it in those areas. I think overall, hopefully spending across the country has decreased to a point where businesses will have to start lowering pricing in order to increase volume. But I don't see it yet. And I think it does take time for all these changes to trickle through the economy. We're seeing it in some areas, like in the luxury market. Like I know, like the watch market has come down. The luxury car market has come down a bit. Used car pricing has come down. So I think we're seeing it in some of those areas, and maybe it just takes a little more time for it to trickle through the next segment of the market. But let us know your thoughts. Do you think we're in the clear? Do you think things are still not under control when it comes to inflation? Comment below.